Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Beth and Patience. See, signing on. Hello, hello. We're going to get started with some Cossack squats today, getting our legs warmed up. So that is going to look like kind of you're squatting to the side, but this leg that stays straight, you got that toe pointed up towards the ceiling. So let's take it just to one side. So you're kind of squatting down and one leg stays straight, with the toe pointed towards the ceiling. Good. So my warm-up question today was, if something crazy happened last night and you woke up this morning or in the morning and had supernatural strength, what's the first thing you'd be excited to do to kind of flex that new strength that you have? And I think I would just go to the gym and start lifting the heaviest stuff, very nonchalant, and just kind of see the reaction, and just lift all the weights. And I think that'll be entertaining to see the response from those around me. What about you, Liz and Jill? What would you be excited to do to flex your new strength? All right, let's switch sides. So now take it to your other side. So now your other side, you're squatting to, and then that other leg is staying straight with that toe going up to the ceiling. Okay, so supernatural strength. What about you, Becky? What's the first thing you're going to be most excited to do with your newfound strength? Yes, like watch mom. Yes, I know, right? Just pick up something really heavy that you'd never be able to pick up. A lot of fun. What about you, Christy? What would you pick up? Them away and put them somewhere where they can't find their car. All right, so we're going to move on to the next warm-up exercise now. We'll get a little twist in our movement here. So first off, it's going to be a reverse lunge with a twist. So take your right leg behind you, not as far as you can step behind, but just a little bit behind, and drop that knee. So that is your reverse lunge. Right leg is behind you. What we're going to add into that is a twist. So actually you want to take a little bit of a band just to have something to hold on to. And you're going to step back with the right leg, twist over the left leg as far as you can. So this is nice, warming up those spinal joints and that rotation. And once you're comfortable with this reverse lunge, twisting to your left side, try to throw that right knee up in the air when you bring it back. So now we're warming up a little bit of that hip flexion on the right side. Okay, good. I love all of these answers. It was fun. All right, so now switch sides. So now we're going to take your left leg into that reverse lunge. As you're dropping that left knee to the ground, twist over the right side as far as you can with that band. Right. And if you feel like taking that left knee up, go for it. All right, keep it up there. All right, Beth and Patience, if you woke up and had supernatural strength, what would you, first thing you would do to flex your new strength? Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so we have one more warm-up exercise left before we get started today. We're gonna warm up our arms a little bit more with this one. We're gonna be squatting, just squatting up and down, but with the arms, we're gonna be going back and forth like this, kind of like just letting the arms go back behind your body as far as you can. Take turns each time, right arm over top and then the left arm over top, just to kind of get those shoulder joints warmed up and get a squat into it as well, like this. Good. We're starting out today with some upper body work, and we're going to get those shoulders fired up a little bit. So this warm up is helping us to lubricate those shoulder joints and get them ready for what we have planned. So we got about 4 blocks of work today, and each block focuses on a certain body part. So the first block is going to be shoulders mainly, and then we'll move on to lower body and do some hips. So the point of today, high intensity training, is really working your muscles to that full fatigue. So we do 3 exercises in a row, focusing on pretty much the same muscle group, which is going to help us reach that point of fatigue. And what's the point of that? Getting strong, right? Lifting cars and bikes and whatever else we need to lift. Maybe not cars, but you know, getting us stronger. And this is one of the ways that we do that, is working towards that point of fatigue. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to open up my garage door. It's getting hot in here. So we're going to go first off with our no bands. We're just going to do regular uppercuts. So uppercuts is going to be like this kind of motion here. And what we're going to do, instead of just standing here and doing this, we're going to incorporate a bit of a Cossack squat, so that you don't have to go down as far as you were in the warm-up. You certainly can, but we're just going to be going back and forth like this. So let me get my timer started here. And like this, you don't need any bands or weights or anything. We're just going to use our bodies for this first exercise. And we are uppercutting. So you want to keep it up as fast as you can here. Palms are facing your body as you rock left to right. So like I said, these blocks have 3 exercises in a row that really hammer in. That's why I'm calling it a hot spot hit, because it's really one hot spot of your body that we really focus on 2 times around on the exercises each block. The nice thing is each exercise decreases in length by 15 seconds. So this is 75 seconds of these squatting uppercuts. And then we have 60 seconds of the next exercise, and the last exercise in this round will be 45 seconds. Whew. Which is nice, since we're adding on to work for the same muscle groups. And you have 15 seconds to go before we grab a light band for the next exercise. Looking great. Keep it up. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, light band is next. We're going to be doing uppercuts again, like this. So take the band, trap it against your chest with your left hand. Take your right hand, palm facing your body, and pushing up like this. And we're going. We're going to do one side for half the amount of time. So that's for 30 seconds. And then we'll switch to the other side for 30 seconds. And with all of these exercises, whenever we do this style of work, I encourage you to keep moving as long as you can through the interval, but it's okay if you just completely burn out that muscle and you need to pause and you can't go any further. Switch sides. So other hand trapping the band against your chest, and you're doing that uppercut motion again. Because that's a style of lifting that we're doing today, and resistance training is working to basically the extent of our muscles. So if you are done and can't do any more before the interval's done, that just means you're doing a really good job challenging yourself. And that is okay today. All right, you're doing great. 3, 2, 1. Last exercise, 45 seconds, and you're gonna take both arms into that double uppercut at the same time, whether you have a bag like I do or dumbbells, whatever you have. That's what we're doing for 45 seconds. So you wanna grab your weight and start in 3, 2, and go. Anybody feel like their shoulders are a hot spot right now? I know I do. Ooh. Okay, halfway through this, you can do it. And then we got one more time through on these exercises. Whew. Try to stick your chest out as you raise the weight above your head. That's going to help you get some good posture muscle work in the back. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're headed back to the top, so no equipment necessary for this one. We're going to go into those uppercuts in 3, 2, and uppercut. So especially on this second round, right? You're feeling it, I'm feeling it. As I've said, if you don't make it all the way through the interval, that's okay, because you've accomplished the point of the exercise, which is working to fatigue. So we're going as long as we can here. 45 seconds to go. Can do it. Keep it up. Keep moving those hands. Keep moving those legs. 20 seconds left. Whew. All right, we're almost there. Less than 10 seconds. We've got this. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab your band. We're going to go into those uppercuts with the band. Trap the band against the chest with your left hand. And you're pressing up with that right hand. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Been good. Keep it up. Ten seconds till we switch to the other side. And 3, 2, and switch. Trap that band against your chest with the other hand. Now you're pressing up with your left hand. Okay. All right, we got about 10 seconds left, and then we're going to pick up your weights for doing the double armed uppercut with whatever weight you have there. Looking great. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, get your weight. We're going to be pushing both arms up at the same time. The last exercise of this block before we move on to lower body, and we're going in 3, 2, and 1. They said try to press your chest out and squeeze those shoulder blades together as you're pressing that weight above your head. That'll help you really feel those muscles in the upper back engage. Also keep your core tight. Because sometimes when we press weight above our heads, the tendency is to kind of let the low back arch. But if you really have a tight core, then that's going to prevent that from happening. Keeps your back safe. Everybody's happy. 10 seconds to go. Three, two, and one. Whew. Who's ready to give the arms a break? I am. Okay. All right. Let me tell you what's next here. So we're going to be doing mostly hips, and we're going to be going into a side kick. Just a review of the side kick for starters. When you are kicking out the leg that you're standing on, it helps if that heel is kind of pointed in the direction that you want to kick. And everybody's going to kick at a different level. That's okay. You want to aim for somewhere between the height of your knee and the height of your hip as you kick out to the side. We're going to start with some side kicks. Then we'll go into side stepping with bands. And then we're going to do a donkey kick after that. So everybody, let's get in position for some side kicking. We're going to stay on one side for half the time, and then we'll switch to the other side, kind of help us get into a rhythm if we stick with the same side. So let's start with the left side here, and we're kicking for half the time. The buddy looks great. Another thing, maybe you're not thinking about, maybe you are, is really keeping your core tight here. And when you do that, number one, keeping your back safe, but also you're getting some good side abdominal work. Actually helps you kick a little bit if you keep your core tight. And switch sides. Other side. Just imagine that you're kicking away anything that you don't want in your space today, right? All making your day like you want it to be on this Thursday. Let's do it together. Less than 10 seconds to go. The next is 60 seconds of sidestepping. Choose a pretty heavy band here because that is not very long to sidestep. So I really want you to go ahead and stop and choose your band. I really want you to get a good burnout challenge from this. So maybe, just maybe pick a band that is heavier than you might think, because we're going to just do 4 steps to the right and then 4 steps to the left with this band around your ankles with a crouching movement like this. So you be crouched down and 4 steps to the left and 4 steps to the right. And we're going in 3, 2, and go. And I encourage you to take the tiniest steps you can. What that does is keeps a lot of tension on that band. And that's what we want. We want maximum resistance here. So as you're taking those 4 steps to the left and the 4 steps to the right, you're really not traveling very far. As you can see, I'm doing it on my mat and I'm not even getting off the mat. So if this feels easy, then the next time around, choose a heavier band. You have about 20 seconds left. You're challenging yourself to sit down as far as you can in this movement. Whew. And if you keep those tiny little steps, that resistance will be high on the band the whole time. You'll really be feeling it in those hips. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now, maybe if you chose the heaviest bands, pick a little lighter one for the donkey kicks this time. We're going to put that band for the donkey kicks around both of your shoes at the same time. We did do this, I think that was the last session, but let me just show you again what that is like. So you're going to be kicking up with one foot and kicking up with the other foot. Now, it's important to keep tension on the band, so don't let your feet come together. Kind of put both of your feet towards the edge of the mat to keep a lot of tension on that band so it doesn't come off of your feet when we're doing this. So everybody gets set up. We're going to start about 5 seconds here with that. So that should be a like a medium-ish band around the arches of both of your feet. Great, 3, 2, and go. What I like about doing these rounds twice, not only do you get twice the amount of work, but the first round kind of is a way to assess if you're working hard enough. So if every single exercise and this first time around, you really easily got to the end of the interval without feeling much struggle, then I would encourage you to pick a heavier resistance next time around, just to really work towards that point of fatigue. Pretending you're putting the soles of your shoe on the ceiling, keeping those knees bent all the way as you're doing that donkey kick behind your body. 3, 2, and now we are getting up off the mat, headed back to the top, and we're doing donkey kick, or not donkey kicks, we're doing side kicks in 3, 2, and let's side kick. Right, so this round is where you really, if you haven't already, you really start to feel those hips fired up. Keep it up. Switching sides in 3, 2, and other side. Remember to keep that core tight throughout that whole movement. My motto is every exercise can be a core exercise. Keeping that core tight really doesn't matter if you're doing bicep curls or side kicks. It's going to be helpful for you, going to give you more strength. All right, get that band around your ankles. We're going into our side step now. Tiny little side steps. And we're going in 3, 2, and let's squat and step. 4 to the right and 4 to the left. Okay, keep it up. So just challenge yourself to sit down as far as you can. It's okay if we end up standing up towards the end of the interval, but start out as low as you think you can go. Whew. 20 seconds to go here. Okay. The last few seconds, keep moving if you can. If you've already tapped out, kudos to you for working to that point of fatigue. And now we are stopping. Grab your donkey kick band to put around both of your shoes now and head to the mat. Placing that band around the middle of your shoes, getting onto all fours. This can be done with your forearms on the chair as well, if you need that option. And we're going now. If you're struggling to keep the band on your shoes at all in this position, just remember to keep your feet a little more separated from each other towards the edge of the mat on each side than you maybe normally would. And that constant tension on the band will help keep it on your shoes. Okay, we are almost there. Just 10 seconds. And we're gonna give the glutes a break and head back to the upper body. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Excellent job. Okay. We are going to head to chest and shoulders now. So we're going to be starting out with something similar to the uppercuts where we were doing those Cossack squats to the side, except for we're going to be doing jabs. And jabs should be, for the purpose of this exercise that we're doing now, they should be about the level of between your chin and your shoulders. So punching like this, arms straight out. And we're going to be going as fast as we can, kind of like we did with the uppercuts, and going to that Cossack squat from side to side for 75 seconds as we're doing that. So grab a drink of water. We're going to get started in just a couple seconds here. So no equipment necessary for this one. We're just jabbing with our hands, our fists, and we're starting in 3, 2, and back and forth. So when you're jabbing, think about not just the fact that you're punching out, but yet you're pulling those fists back to your body as fast as you've punched them out away from your body. So we've got 75 seconds of work here, and we're gonna do a band chest press for 60 seconds after this, and then we'll head into 45 seconds of push-ups. So this is all about chest and shoulders for this round, really hitting that hot spot. Okay, you're doing great. 30 seconds left. Keep those fists pumping back and forth. Okay, final 15. I know those arms are tired. Just keep moving them. And 3, 2, and 1. Heavy, heavy band here. We're only going 30 seconds on each side. So I need you to take a heavy band, trap it against your chest with your left hand, and you're gonna press out with that right hand. Keep that fist below the level of your shoulder as you're pressing. So in other words, straight out like this, not up like this, but straight out below the level of your shoulder. All right, we're going in 3, 2, press out with that right hand. So a couple things here. Make sure that your shoulder is not lifting up. So that right shoulder should be staying down away from your ear. That just gives you the best position for zeroing in on that chest muscle. And we're switching sides in 3, 2, and left side chest press. Good. So the next thing we'll do is going to be push-ups for 45 seconds. So I know we all have lots of variations of it, but try to choose a variation where it is difficult for you to get through that 45 seconds. 3, 2, and get in your push-up position. And it's okay if you can only get a few in. That's what we're doing, working to fatigue today. So we're starting with the push-ups in 3, 2, and 1. You want to keep, no matter what version of push-up you're doing, you want to keep your core tight as if you were doing a plank. So push-ups are kind of just like moving planks. And a really great core exercise if you do them correctly. All right, already over halfway through here. Less than 10 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going back to the top. We're going to do our no equipment needed jabs with those side to side Cossack squats. I'm going to get started in 3, 2, and jab away. Isn't it amazing how much muscle fatigue we can acquire not even using weights, right? Who else feels like their shoulders are gonna fall off? Me. So still try Speaking of shoulders, to keep them from creeping up to your ears, you want to have them be as relaxed as possible in this position. 30 seconds to go. You've got this. Final 15. Keep moving. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Grab that heavy band for chest press. If it was easy the last time, pick a heavier band than you did last time. We're going to trap it with the left hand, push with the right, and 3, 2, and press that right hand away from your body, keeping it below the level of your shoulder. Excellent. Thank you for exercising with me on this Thursday morning. It's good to see all of your faces. And 3, 2, switch sides. All getting strong together. I don't know about lifting cars, although Christy, I really did like your idea of like when someone parks really poorly, just kind of moving their car somewhere off to the side. We are going to get some good strength gains from working. The closer you work to that point of fatigue today, the bigger the strength gains. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're doing push-ups next. So get your push-up position. Last time for push-ups today. And then we'll head to our next block, which is back to the lower body work. 3, 2, and here we go. Push-up time. Keep your core tight. There's a lot that goes into doing a push-up correctly. I'm actually teaching a class tonight about how to do push-ups correctly at 5:30. More on that later. Last 15 seconds. Here we go. Almost done. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Whew. All right. Getting up to our last block of work here. As per usual, the first exercise we start out with has no equipment. We're going to be doing some knee crushers. So that is where you will be one leg behind and bringing it up, crushing something imaginary on your knee. And we'll be doing that half the time on one side, half the time on the other side. So we're going to get started with that here in 3, 2, pick a knee, any knee, and crush. So when you're reaching those fingertips up to the ceiling, really make it a good reach. So as if you're trying to place those fingertips on the ceiling. And that leg that's going behind you, you want to put as little pressure on it as you can. It's really just lightly grazing or tapping the ground behind you. And that other leg that you're standing on is really doing most of the work as you're pivoting back and forth. 3, 2, and now switch sides. Other leg goes behind you. Reaching up to the ceiling and then crashing down on that knee. Whew. This exercise has never felt so hard on the shoulders, right? After coming off of that heavy block of shoulder work. Whew. We're going to be doing step ups next. So that's why we have a chair today. We're going to be 60 seconds of step up work, alternating sides. 3, 2, 1. So get your chair ready for step ups. All right, starting with our step ups here. And we're going to do left leg, right leg, back and forth like that. Starting in 3, 2, and up we go. 60 seconds of step ups here. So make sure at the end of that motion, when you're standing on the chair, you're all the way tall. Your hips are pressed all the way forward, making that a complete movement of standing tall before you step back down off the chair. Okay, halfway through. So our final exercise for this block is going to be a curtsy squat. We'll do half the interval on one side and half on the other. So one final chance to work our hips and our quads before we head back to the top of the block. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So curtsy squats, as a review, you're taking one leg behind you, kind of like you're going into a curtsy, and then standing back up. So the leg that goes behind you is really kind of like with those knee crushers, doing very little work. So go ahead and stand on your left leg and take your right leg behind you. And the goal here is to, like I said, that leg that goes behind you, either have it not touch or just barely graze the ground behind you. And then the leg you're standing on gets as deep into a squat as you can comfortably go. And we're switching sides now. So you can afford to go pretty deep and pretty slow on these because it's only like 22 seconds on each side. So make those reps hard for yourself by getting low as you can to the ground. 3, 2, 1. Okay, back to the knee crushers. Take a knee, any knee, and we're going in 3, 2, and crush. So last time around on this block. Then I believe we'll have some time for some delicious core work after this. Delicious, I say. So that leg you're standing on should really start to feel fatigue in the thigh and the glute, because it's doing most of the work here, holding up your body as that other leg pivots back and forth. 3, 2, switch sides. Ceiling, fingertips to the ceiling here. Really emphasize that stretch. All right, closing in on the last 10 seconds here. Keep moving. Step ups will be next. Three, 2, and get to your chair. Going to do the alternating step ups for the next 60 seconds, starting in 3, 2, up you go. Another focus point for these step ups is when you plant your foot on that chair, think about driving the weight through the heel of your foot. So not so much the ball of your foot, but more through the heel. That'll engage your glutes a little bit more and help take some pressure off your knees from doing this. Well, that's a nice focus point to have for these. 25 seconds to go. Standing up all the way tall. Okay, 3, 2, and off of the chair. All right, our last exercise in this block. You're gonna do your best curtsy squat. 3, 2, and take that right leg behind you. Little known secret, well, some of you may know, but probably not most of you, that when I was little, I had a ton of piano recital lessons. I had to like wear these frilly dresses and do lots of curtsies like after my recital. Switch sides in 3, 2, and switch. So I have been doing curtsy, maybe not curtsy squats, but curtsies since I was like 5. Albeit with a piano at my side, but yeah, there you go, Thursday fact. And we're done in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Wow, moving right along. We've got some core work up next to finish things off. So let me just demonstrate a couple things we're doing. Grab a drink of water and rest for a second. But I'll be doing plank bird dogs, and there's a couple variations. So pay attention because you might need to have a variation here. Essentially, you're assuming a plank position, whatever position you would normally be in for a plank, whether it's on your knees or on your feet. I'm going to demonstrate on the knees, and you're going to take your opposite arm and leg out, hold for a couple seconds, and then take the other leg, arm and leg out. So if you are planking on a chair, I encourage you to be diagonal on the chair. In other words, not facing the back of the chair, but more diagonally across the chair, so that when you plank and reach out, you're not just smashing into the back of the chair. So you can still do that opposite arm and leg lift, doing the plank on the chair. So I'm confident you will find the version that feels the best for you for that. That is what we're going to start out with. And then we're going to use, I'm going to have you grab whatever weight you used for that double uppercut. I'm going to have you grab that, keep that nearby, because we're going to do some pull over crunches with that weight after we do the plank bird dogs. But we're going to be doing these core exercises for 45 seconds a piece. And we'll have about 10 seconds to transition in between our exercises. So just give me 2 seconds here and I will get started with you on our timer. Okay. All right, so everybody get in plank position, starting with those plank bird dogs in 3, 2, and plank. So it's only like a 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000 count that you're holding the opposite arm and leg out. Like I said, you can do it on your toes or you can do it on your knees, however you're planking. Just get that firm plank position to start with, and then you're really going to challenge your rotational core by lifting opposite arm and leg off. And 3, 2, 1. All right, onto your backs now. We're going to do pull over crunches. So that will be looking like this. You're going to pull that weight over your knees like this as you crunch up. All right, so we're going to start that in 3, 2, and 1. We got 45 seconds of these. So as with all crunching exercises, remember to keep your gaze straight above your head on the ceiling at a fixed point, and that's going to help you maintain a safe neck position. All right, got about 10 seconds left here. And 3, 2, and 1. Stay on your back on the mat for the next core exercise. We're going to do bicycle pulses. So we're going to go just the one leg out for a 3 pulse. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll take the other leg out for a 3 pulse. 1, 2, 3, like that. I'm just going to alternate back and forth, starting in 3, 2, and one leg goes out for 3 pulses and bring it back in and take the other leg out for 3 pulses. You know what I'm going to say, right? What's happening in that low back should be smashed flat against the mat as you're doing this. That's where the real meat of this exercise comes in. is maintaining that lower abdominal core stability as your legs are moving in and out like this. We've got one more time through on these exercises, and that will take us to the end today. So we're gonna do position for plank bird dogs, starting now. So go ahead and flip onto whatever position you like for your plank bird dogs. And we're starting in 3, 2, and 2-second holds on each side. You can do this. Only 20 seconds to go. Less than 10. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Pull over crunches are next. We are in the last 2 minutes of work here. Got this. Grab that weight and pulling it over your head, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here, the legs are moving in and out a little bit. So as usual with that lower body movement, just pay attention to what's happening in the low back. It's pushed right against the mat. Good. All right. Closing on the last 10 seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. Final exercise is next. We're going to take that slow bicycle movement, doing 3 pulses on each leg, and then switching legs, starting in 3, 2, and go. Only thing I care about here is your low back. You want to challenge yourself to have your feet as close to the ground as you can while still maintaining that control over your low back. So as soon as you start to feel that low back pop off the ground, that's your sign that you need to raise your legs towards the ceiling just a little bit more to maintain that control. And just like that, we have only 10 seconds left in our workout today. Keep moving. You've got this. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, first stretch is happening on the mat. We're already here, so let's do it. So take your left ankle, place it just above your right knee, and we're going to do a figure 4 stretch because man, did we work those hips today. So you're pulling behind that right leg, and that gives you a good stretch in the left hip area there. So lots of exciting things going on. First of all, I have what I think is a really cool workout I made for us. The next workout it is cardio based on Monday, but it's called Summer Story Time. If you remember, in the dark depths of winter, I asked everyone a question. Maybe not all of you were there, but for the warm-up question was something about what would you do if you woke up and it was a nice summer day. So I took all of those answers and kind of made a workout based around that. So kind of a unique thing. Switch sides there. Right ankle is placed right above the left knee, and then you're going to pull that left leg back to get a stretch in that right hip area. Next cool thing happening is my very first form class tonight. It's going to be in about 30 or 40 minutes long. It's at 5:30. If you meant to sign up and haven't done so yet, I will include a link in the email this morning, so you have a chance to do that. But calling it my secret sauce class because like a sauce that you really like, you put on a lot of different things. This class is something you can apply to a lot of different exercises. So you learn my recipe for doing exercises properly and safely, and then it does translate into a lot of different exercises you do. So I'm excited to share that information with everybody. That's tonight at 5:30, and there's one other class later this month. All right, let's do a stretch, arms up the wall. So you're gonna find a wall or something you can press the back of your hand on, and you're gonna reach up that wall. So the back of your hand, your back of your forearm is on that wall, and then you're just leaning into the wall like you're attempting to place your armpit into the wall. And that's gonna give you a good stretch up through that shoulder. But yes, between now and the next time we meet, I believe there is a magical date happening, which is summer, June 20th, right? That's when summer solstice. So that's why we have the summer story time workout on Monday. Thought I would time that. Switch sides. So other hand, back of your hand is at the wall, and you're leaning in. So this is really good for all that shoulder work that we did today, right? Had really heavy shoulder work in a couple blocks today. So good to maybe revisit this stretch today later if you're feeling some tension in the shoulders from our workout today. Okay, one more stretch here. Okay, so we are going to take your hands behind your back, interlock your fingers, and you're going to pull away and stick your chest out. And then we're going to get a hip adductor stretch too. So get those legs as wide as you can. We're stretching upper and lower right now. So wide as you can, and then press those hips forward in that wide leg stance. And you should start to feel some inner thigh, front of the hip stretching there, in addition to what's going on in your shoulders, right? Feel that? I am super excited about all the rainbow pictures that keep coming in. Loving every single one of those. If you're posting, you can post as many as you like. And we've already raised $50. Hoping to get a lot more than that for the Prasad Center. We've got a couple weeks to go though. So everybody is doing great with those pictures. Keep them coming. All right. Hope everyone has a great weekend. See some of you tonight for the form class, and enjoy the rest of your day.